Looks like we're busting out the big guns.
Big guns, steak.
Woo! I love
steak, it. You know, we're in cab country. Prime, dry-aged New York strip.
Look how thick that cut.
Yeah.
We're this thick.
It's about 20 ounces. It's good for 2 people. A good amount of salt on the outside. Pepper, too.
Give me your 3 essential steak mistakes.
Number 1 is they let their father cook it, which means it's either blood raw or well done. So you avoid that. That's number 1. Definitely a very, very hot pan. The third thing that's the most important thing is that it actually rests. And at this point, we're gonna add something that's integral to the flavor of everything. And that is butter. It's gonna impart a nice nutty flavor on it, but it's all gonna come out. It's not something that we're gonna keep in and we're gonna pour on the plate.
Looks like a bath, and you get that nice froth going.
Yeah, definitely. We have a nice crust on both sides of the meat.
Perfect.
I'm gonna take it out, put it on the cookie sheet.
I like that too, the rack too.
Yeah, so that way there's air circulation under it. So we're at 500 degrees here. And after we've got that sear on the outside, we're gonna let it cook for about 10 minutes. I'm just gonna discard that fat, but leave a little bit of it inside. A touch more olive oil. So we're actually gonna cook the potatoes inside with some of the beef renderings.
Oh wow, so you kind of season that pan.
And these are magic Murners. So these are hand dug by a friend of mine over in Sonoma County.
Hand dug potatoes.
Hand dug. So
they're almost yellow.
Yeah,
they're like peach colored.
Yeah, they're crazy. And the texture is like light and fluffy and creamy. Once again, garlic with the skin on. We're gonna take some of our potatoes, put them in with a hot pan, lots of butter. And we're gonna get that nice and frothy. A little bit of salt. We're actually gonna put this in the same oven with the steak. They'll actually cook in the 10 minutes that it actually takes to cook that steak. So next we're gonna do some nice summer vegetables. Some beautiful little squash, and they have the flowers on them. Some fresh scallions.
Right.
And we're just gonna cut some little like 1-inch batons. So once again, olive oil, the garlic and the skin. And we're gonna start with the squash. So at this point, I am gonna add the onion. A touch of water.
Okay.
And just enough where it's gonna cause it to lightly steam. So, you know, when I look at flavor profile of the cabs from Napa, big in fruit, big on the palate, herbaceous.
Yeah,
and so we're gonna find things that assist in that and bringing that out. You know, I get a lot of mint. And so we're gonna actually use some mint in the dish. This is what's referred to as a chocolate mint.
It's kind of like mint chocolate ice cream if you could put it in a plant.
Yeah. We're gonna put it in a steak. You take a little knife, you take a fork, and you just want to give it a poke. So that's ideal. That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Some more summer vegetables to those. So what we're gonna add are padron peppers. So it's a Spanish variety. They're more that like bell pepper flavor that you do get from cab, and we're just gonna get them a little blistered in that frothy butter. Add some cherry tomatoes to that. Take the onions, and we're gonna make some nice fine slices. And then we'll take our nice scallions here, and we're just gonna finish our potatoes, the chocolate mint. This is how you make sure the steak is rested properly. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the vegetables, and we're just gonna put them on one side of this platter. All right, let's see how the steak is.
Oh, look at that. The ring on the outside just to sear it in.
Yep.
And then just pink all the way through.
Nice finishing salt like we put on the tomato salad. Fresh cracked black pepper on top. Blast some of the chocolate mint, raw, and back to that kind of Mediterranean California connection. Some beautiful Tajiasca olives.
I mean, are you kidding me?
And then last we're gonna do a little bit of horseradish.
Oh, look at that, fresh horseradish.
Yeah.
You know what I love about this too is that your handprint is all over it.
Where are you gonna start?
I mean, I don't know, I probably gotta start with the meat, is that okay?
Yeah, it's totally acceptable.
All right, oh my God. So the first thing that hits me is that cut of beef, the dry aged beef.
Yeah.
And that little bit of funk. And then the second thing I get is that beautiful, that olive. It just gives it that little bit of briny kind of salt, which I love. Oh my gosh, and it melts in your mouth. I normally just explain what the wine does with it. You did my job for me. You took it a step further and said, we have these comparing flavors. We can get these menthol and these mint flavors from the chocolate mint. We can balance some of that freshness from the like berry and the fruit flavors with the freshness of some of these herbs and some of these spices. So I love that you've taken it a step further. In addition to all the comparing flavors, the big bold dish needs a big bold wine. And the tannin structure in the wine goes great with the fat and the steak. Unreal.
Thank you.
Start to finish, unreal. Cheers to that.
Thank you, Vince.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having me, really.